Welcome back to our Afternoon Express Masterclass, where we are still keeping things vegetable and fruit-based. Now, Jerry, Manuel came into this kitchen, honey. He took your apron, and he definitely put you up to a challenge. He says he beat you.
You know what? New school and experience. Oh. That's the difference.
All talk and no game.
And I'm here for it. Okay, well, let's put your cooking skills further to the test. This is your second recipe.
Yeah.
Looking for a veggie dish that packs a flavor punch and is super easy to make? Well, then you're in the right spot, because we're going to be making a creamy broccoli and yogurt quiche that is light and oh so delicious. Dumi, I love myself some broccoli, so talk me through it.
Before we even get into that, now that you've mentioned broccoli, there are different kinds of broccoli too, Palisa. We've got the different lettuces, but now we're talking about different broccoli. Okay. In front of you there, you've got a beautiful big green head of broccoli. That's the big round one. And then right next to it, you've got some long stem or tender stem broccoli. And most people don't actually know how different they are. The biggest difference, and most people don't know this, is that the long stem broccoli, which is the one we're going to be using in our recipe today, is in essence a hybrid of Chinese kale and broccoli. And then the broccoli itself is actually the family of cabbage, and most people don't know this.
All right.
And the only difference, though, is that it obviously doesn't have those leaves and all those differences. But flavor-wise, have you ever noticed when you bite into a cabbage and you bite into broccoli, the taste is almost the same? The one is the flower, the one is the leaves. It's in essence.
Exactly, yeah. You're right, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I love cabbage, and when broccoli, I love broccoli too, because it's almost like family.
Like this.
Umzala, yeah.
Cousins.
So let's get into it, Bali. Can I ask you then to start brushing up our phyllo pastry? Because we're doing it classic here. We're going to be using some phyllo pastry that you're going to brush and give those beautiful layers. Jerry, you're going to get grating on that cheese, and you need to grate it really well, because Manny put you to the test.
All right, let's get started on this side.
Now, a lot of people might be wondering, Bali, so what are you brushing your phyllo pastry with? Dumi has just melted down some butter for me, making it super simple. And Dumi, why is that? Why is this such an important part or step when creating a quiche? Because I want mine to look like that. Well,
the one thing with phyllo pastry is that it's a very sensitive, I would call it a female. It's a very sensitive, very delicate type of pastry. You don't want to be working it too hard. You also don't want to be handling it in the wrong way. So butter makes sure to allow for those layers to be beautiful and golden, but also keep it nice and crisp. If it dries out, it's not going to be divine. It's not going to be as decadent as you want it. So you need that butter to keep those layers together, but also create that steam. But you also need it to make sure it has a beautiful golden color on the outside. I'm going to start working on the filling over here, Jerry. What we've got is I'm working with some eggs, but I'm going to start off with our beautiful Clover Bliss double cream yogurt. It is divine. It is perfect not only for salads, it is perfect for this kind of dish, because we're putting it into our quiche. Most times people would be using cream, but we're loving this because of the fact that it brings that tang to our quiche. It brings that flavor profile that just takes it up a notch, and it pairs perfectly with the herbiness of our long stem broccoli.
Good, wow.
Now, I want to find out from you, Jerry. It seems as if you are not too much of a stranger in the kitchen, and you spoke about the fact that you love yourself some cabbage as well with some broccoli. What would you think goes down well? What kind of recipe, rather I should ask, would be best with your broccoli?
Over the years, you get kind of used to where they have the cheese mixed with the cabbage and the cauliflower, like a baked, a baked dish with cheese and cauliflower. And that's also a nice idea for adding to if you have a roast or something, And that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite dishes.
I think that this is kind of a take on it, because to me, it seems as if the similar ingredients are also right here. Yeah. We do have the veggies, we do have the cheese, you grated up some cheese, and we're also going to be putting it in the oven.
Yeah, we're going to be putting it in the oven, Bali. We're going to need to bake it up because we want that beautiful golden crust that you see on that quiche there. We've actually cut up a slice for you. So as soon as you're done with that buttering, I need you to take out a slice, give it a bite. Let me know what you think, because we've added some Clover Classic. We've added some Clover Bliss double cream yogurt to it. It should taste different to the normal quiche that is, slightly quiet. We want that tanginess to that. Oh, you're going to... Okay.
I'm going to do the honors. I'm going to hand over to Jerry for you to have a little bit of a taste test yourself and let us know what you think. Today they've decided to put me to work, so I'm giving my guests the honor of tasting everything, and then let's see if Jerry can pick up some of those flavor notes that are in there. But Dumi,
Bali, I just need
yogurt.
you to get me on that phyllo and let me know while James is tasting. So what I'm going to do is you're going to put the phyllo onto the baking tray, and then I'm going to mix up all these ingredients, the eggs, the yogurt, our long stem broccoli, some salt and pepper, and let that bake up for 180 degrees for like 20-30 minutes, and we'll be done.
Now, Dumi, you already told me that if my phyllo pastry doesn't fit the exterior, or rather the perimeter of my bowl, I can just cut off the ends quite rustically like this, and then whatever is left will be the shell. But then, Dumi, what else can we do when it comes to the cut-offs of this phyllo pastry?
You could make individual ones, you could scrunch it up and brush it up and then bake it as is, and it's a beautiful carrier of any other dish as well. You can just enjoy it as it is, Bella, so just a sprinkling of honey or maple syrup even.
Love that, because I'd hate for any of that to go to waste. Dumi, pour it in, girl, whilst I tell South Africa where to get this full recipe and ingredients list. Please just head over to afternoonexpress.co.za if you want in on any of this magic.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.